Welcome to an HVAC ADHD moment with Jeremy Begley.
All right, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you the value of the Energy Conservatory's TrueFlow grid in terms of residential test and balance. In residential test and balance, as in commercial balance, when you're going to do a grill-to-grill airflow balance, the first thing you do is get your total airflow. So you know what's coming out of the box, so that you know if any of your readings, you can use it for comparison and to know about how much air you should have coming out of the registers when you do your first pass. So we always, in commercial, a lot of times you have to do what's called a duct traverse. Go find where the duct's coming off of the either rooftop unit or the indoor air handler and do a duct traverse to get that total airflow. It's the most accurate way. In residential, we have a different methodology that we're able to use that's a bit quicker than doing a full duct traverse, and also allows us to collect our other pressure data points that we need when we're getting a profile of what the system's actually doing before we start the balance. So the TrueFlow grid has a workflow that's called system airflow and static pressure. That is actually perfect for collecting this data. We're going to choose system workflow and static pressure. We're in high cooling mode for this. So we're going to choose high cooling. This is an air handler. So it's heated by electric resistance heat and electric heat pump, or both, which in this instance, both. This is an upflow. As you can see, right up there, it's flowing up into the ceiling. All of our grills come out of the ceiling, so it's an upflow air handler. The air handler location is filter grill. It's filter slot in the duct cabinet, which you see the filter clearly right on the front of our cabinet. And it's a 2-ton unit. So we're going to hit next. They ask us to close any humidifier dampers, done. Set equipment to cooling mode at high speed cooling, done. Take pressure measurement at the location in the diagram. So our very first pressure measurement is in the return duct. The entire home here is the return duct in this instance, because these air handlers don't have ducted return. They use the house as what's basically a plenum return to return all the air back to the air handler. So for this particular measurement, we're going to set the return, or we're going to set the static probe right there, and we're going to take the measurement. Now, the next measurement is after the filter, but before the coil. So in this configuration, the filter is literally right on the coil. So the only thing that we can do is just stick this static probe in between the filter and the coil. And again, we'll let it take the measurement. Now it's asking us to take the measurement in the supply duct. So we've already drilled our hole. As you can see up there, it's a pre-drilled hole. We're going to go ahead and put it right in the supply duct. Make sure it sets in there good. And we're going to take that measurement. Done. And then we're going to hit continue. Now it tells us leave the pressure probe in the supply plenum. Replace the filter with the TrueFlow device. So it also says turn the equipment off, but for this one, because we don't have to open any cabinet or anything, we don't really need to turn the equipment off. We're just going to take the filter out. We're going to grab our 14x20 TrueFlow grid. We're going to place it securely. And you're going to feel it get suctioned. If you got it on there, you're going to feel it get suctioned in to the return. And then you can just hold it right there with your finger. We're going to hit take measurement. Gives us our total airflow right away. 733 CFM. We're looking for around 800. That's pretty reasonable. We hit continue. We hit OK. And then it wants us to save the report. So put in some quick information about where we're at here. Save the report. Now, we're done with that part of the test. So then, turn the slide off so you guys can see this. And you can see the TrueFlow is staying there on its own because of the return suction. But we got this report here. It tells us our return plenum pressure, our supply plenum pressure, our filter pressure drop, which is one of the measurements that we need and tab, and our total external static pressure, which we also need that. If we in this, we're only reading the grills. We're not turning dampers. If we were turning dampers, we would need those at the end too. After we turn the dampers, we get our total airflow and everything again. But for this, in the beginning, because we're not turning dampers and we're only reading grills, it's perfectly acceptable to collect all this information right off the bat. And again, the biggest benefit is we need a total airflow in the beginning as a starting place. So we have that number now. We know what the total airflow is. 733 CFM, 366 CFM per ton. So then we can hit report on this. And after we fill in some information, it's going to give us a nice report to put into the tab report. So that's it. Easy peasy, great piece of equipment to use in this instance.
This was another tab tip with Jeremy Begley.